I said, but I don't have
if I was a
fridge,
single
until you have the
woman,
generator
I'm
going
not
goes.
You might consider, yeah.
No, I said, I was,
As long as
I made
you're
her laugh, and it's so,
Yeah.
ours is wired to the
You know
house.
what's to be.
Oh, okay, so, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We,
That's what my husband said. We have two chest freezers outside that keeps all the fishing stuff in. Then we have a freezer in the garage, a fridge in the garage, and the fridge in the house. So we have 3 generators to run
Yeah.
all of those.
We have one,
Yeah.
from almost everything.
Great access. It sucks now that.
Everything.
But it was fun.
Yeah.
It was just a fridge, having a couple lights, we didn't even have lights going.
Yeah, we have one lamp on and one small little heater in the kitchen.
Yeah. So I went to, I turned on, I made some.
You forget. Oh.
Well, I did, but then when I went to turn on the burner, the lights started flickering, and I'm like, oh, so I turned off the. It's like, why are the lights on? I go over the speaker, has power, it just pretends like you're, you actually have a generator.
Yeah. Well, and my stove, my oven or my stovetop's gas, so I have that, my hot water heater's gas, so I at least had, I could.
What's right? So this is one of which one goes out our generator into our.
Oh,
Then you don't ever have to worry about getting just.
Yeah.
Saturday.
At our place, it's Saturday.
Like, oh, yeah, I need a rough.
So, I got up in the dark.
That's why.
Because they were. Yeah, it was dark. Oh, they even lit a couple items. Then it was like flashlight shining right.
If anybody wants to know the score, it's 2-1 Blue Jays.
I don't care about that, I mean, I stayed out.
Dark.
Yes.
Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I would like our Marine veteran, Brandon, to lead us in it. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll?
Smith,
Here.
Anderson, absent, Arcano,
Here.
Burbank,
Here.
Ferguson,
Here.
Bender, absent, Green.
Here.
Motion to excuse Councilmember Anderson and Bender.
Second.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed.
Motion carries.
Okay, we have the agenda in front of you. Is there any additions, corrections, or deletions that need to happen?
Move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed.
Motion carries.
All right, so. Gonna move down to the first. Portion of public comment. I don't know if there's anybody signed up. Madam Clerk will let us know here in a minute. All right, we have. I believe the last name is Hardy.
MacArthur.
Oh. Are you, oh,
I'm sorry, I misread it. Mr. MacArthur, if you'd like to come up. Just if you could just state if you are a resident of the city of Buckley and then state your business.
Man, I was hoping somebody else would have gone before me. My name is Sean MacArthur. I live at 280 C Street. I'm here in Buckley. I'm here to propose that C Street gets some speed bumps. So between Jefferson and Main Street, C Street is a travel path for those coming from the school and going to the school, coming from the school. And right now we have 8 families with at least one child that plays outside in the front, and the road is very busy. And so I'd like to propose that we put some speed bumps on C Street. The other reason is because now that we have the through road going from Jefferson over to the Spiketon Loop or the school loop, it now has access for another section to come through there. And there's also going to be a park put in there, I believe, sometime in the future. So I think the time is now because I believe that it's just going to get busier and busier. So I think that's a good time to do it.
Thank you, sir. Any questions for the gentleman while he's up?
No.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else who has not signed up that would like to speak at this time in public comment? See none. So we'll move down to committee reports. As everybody knows, I am not the real mayor. I'm just pro tem, so I have nothing to report on. Parks and Council Member Anderson is not here, so we
I can
cannot.
Councilmember.
jump in.
Oh, Council Member Green, please.
To be super brief, we got a sneak peek of the budget, which you'll be seeing at a future study session, so I won't belabor what we saw.
Thank you very much.
Can I do PCRC while I'm still jabbing my jaw here?
Please,
Thank you.
that'd be great.
So we met last Thursday. The big topic was the GMCC Growth Management Coordination Committee, maybe. They were proposing some new policies to go into the countywide planning policy that would affect UGAs. And so it's a topic we've been beating on for I don't even know how long now. But so basically what they're proposing is stems from some new legislation that I believe requires what a UGA swap. So right now there's a UGA bank, which if a jurisdiction has UGA, what is it, credits or something like that, the credits will go into this bank and then it could be used by another jurisdiction. They need it and can get it like for the rules. So I looked at the new rules that they have here for the policies, and it's not quite clear how it would work out, whether it's good, bad, or neutral for Buckley. So push back on any kind of vote for Thursday and send them back to develop more like the mechanism of how the actual swap will work. It's just not really clear. You put your application in and a swap like magically happens. So I'm not really sure how that plays out for us. So they're going to go back and look at that and then try to work out some more language that we can look at before there's a vote on that. Also wanted to know if you could do both a swap and a bank, because right now Gig Harbor currently has some credits in the bank and it's unclear what happens to those. But it could be beneficial for jurisdictions to have two options, swap with another jurisdiction or take from the bank if someone just has some UGA credits that they want to put in the bank. That would probably be against the politics behind the swap, but it doesn't sound like it's necessarily prohibited by the legislation. So we're going to take that back and look at it as well. Also, both Gig Harbor and us wanted to know what's going to happen to their credits in the bank when this all goes away, if it all goes away. So more to come on the UGA drama, and we'll keep fighting the good fight at the PCRC. The other thing is the legislative agenda. We're talking about that. So if we have anything that we would like to put, any projects or something that would be beneficial to the region, maybe 410 or something like that, we could put that on there. November would be probably the last chance to get something added to the PCRC's legislative agenda. So maybe Director Banks, City Minister Banks.
Or both.
If we could, start talking about that and see if there's anything we need
Yeah.
there.
I've got a draft memo as far as a bunch of
Okay.
recommendations for legislative agendas that
Okay.
we'll bring forward to you. Right now, the study session on the 4th is slated for primarily budget, but I think I can get it to you guys if you want to see it on the 4th, just so that you can mull it over. And if
Okay.
you have other ideas to pick and choose from to throw on that, we can. So maybe I'll try to get it on the agenda. I will get it on the agenda so that you guys can mull that over.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, and that's it.
Perfect. So for those in the audience that don't know, or those online, Councilmember Green is Buckley's delegate to the PC, he referenced PCRC, it's the Pierce County Regional Council. So that's the report he just gave, and he's been doing this for 3 years now, and travels down to Tacoma
Nope, all on Zoom.
Oh, well, that's even better, but thank you for that. That was very in-depth and very well taken. So moving on to next committee report, Councilmember Rosano, Developmental Service, Utilities and Transportation.
About the same as Mr. Green. We met last Tuesday and went over the budget. So we're gonna have that on a study session, I believe, coming up. And the only other update I had is they're moving faster than we expected on the vac truck, so we may see that sooner than later, right?
March.
March.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I'm the next one down, the planning commission. They're just still working on the code updates, what we'd seen from the previous study session.
So that was planning, so I'll go back up. That was
Sorry.
6. I'll go up to 4. And this is what I chair, admin, finance and public safety. And again, I did not type minutes because we got a mid by budget by Ennium, by meaning that budget update from all of the entities underneath that. And I don't know, Citizens Advisory Commission, Councilmember Anderson's not here. Okay, nobody has that. Okay, moving down to the consent agenda. I'm gonna ask for a motion to approve. Well, first of all, the clerk needs to read the contents of the.
On tonight's consent agenda is approval of the minutes of the May 6th, 2025 City Council study session.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed.
Motion carries.
Okay, moving down to regular business.
On the regular agenda is a system access and use agreement between Pierce County and the city of Buckley.
Move to approve the system access and use agreement between Pierce County and the city of Buckley.
Second.
Chief Alfano's here. If you have any questions, again, this is the dispatch services, South Sound 911.
Yeah, this actual, the user agreement fee is with Pierce County. These fees generally come in March with the new Pierce County Director of Emergency Management coming in. It got a little delayed. So these are annual fees that we pay to access county's radio system. We pay per radio per month. So we have 25 radios on the system. They charge us X amount of dollars and it comes out. And so we usually pay these fees earlier in the year. It just came up now, so.
Councilmember Burgess.
So this contract that we have here is for this year.
For 2025, yeah, county was just delayed in getting it out to everybody with all their new positions within DEM, Department of Emergency Management. So the director usually sends out these radio fees along with, they had some changeover within there and then the new county exec. And so they send these out usually in March or April of every year. It's just been delayed. We're budgeted for them. We knew they were coming, so
Okay.
it's
And I
been
mean,
prepared.
we've already paid our fee.
I haven't paid it until it's signed. We'll send the check as soon as, they just sent us the agreement here in October or at the end of September. It's just late. We knew it was coming, but yeah. So,
Because it shows that it needs to be paid on or before September 30th. So I was confused. It was like,
yeah, and they
Receipts.
knew when they sent it to me, I said, hey, I got to get this to council. I couldn't get it on the 1st October, so I told them it would be the end of the month before they saw a check. And so finance already has the bill. They'll send it off and we'll be good to go.
good, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Anything else for Chief Alfano? Thank you, Chief.
Yep.
Moving on to staff.
You gotta vote.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Absolutely. Motion. Second. Chief, questions done. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed.
Motion carries.
Perfect. Staff reports. We have Director Snodgrass here for the youth center.
Good evening, council. In your packet, I provided a kind of annual report of our numbers at the youth center. And I could spend a good hour talking about all the work we're doing there and the numbers. But I just want to really take a point to say the staff have been doing a really good job through creating partnerships within our community with a number of groups, from Good Roots to other food banks to counseling centers locally, the library. to continue the growth there. You'll see these numbers are through the roof. Last night at Citizens Advisory, the question was, how are we going to keep 70 kids in that building? Our daily attendance is super high and it's thriving, and think really good work is happening there. We are very special to live in a town where this type of activity for teens is supported and remains free. Just to put it in perspective, pre-COVID, the youth center was also thriving, right? And we've had to rebuild. An average attendance pre-COVID was about 20 to 25, and a busy day was maybe 30 to 40. 40 is a slow day now, a really slow day. We're routinely above 50 into the 60 to 70 range. Last Friday on that rainy day, it was shoulder to shoulder in there with kids playing, eating, and just being together with staff ratios, 3 to 4 people in the building between staff and our long committed trained volunteers. So I want to thank you guys for your ongoing support. I know if the teens knew they needed to thank you, they would. And just let you know, we're working on our funding partnerships to keep diversifying our revenue streams coming in and get more support from Pierce County, because we see these kids that go to our schools and they need a place to go. So if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Questions for the director? Thank you so much for what you do.
No, thank you guys.
Okay, next is the quarterly, that's the third quarter, public safety update. Chief Alfano.
So the third quarter's out there, so that's July, August, and September. Obviously, our stats are going to be a little bit down due to a bridge that dramatically reduced traffic within the area, which double-edged sword on my side of the sword was a good thing, right? Because it kind of delayed all of our problems. Now that we're bridge back open, all of our problems are going to return. And so to kind of to Mr. MacArthur's point there, I've really made it an emphasis with my guys to hit the side streets, the people that skirt 410 to go around the traffic lights when the traffic's heavy. So I put an emphasis on all these side streets, especially the through ones like A Street, now C Street, because you can get to Franklin. And so we're really trying to put an emphasis on those streets in enforcement, especially during the school hours when we know that the drop off and pickup is occurring and stuff like that. A lot of people are trying to get around there. So our stats were they were actually surprisingly pretty good for not having the traffic we had for a month and a half. But there were certain things that were down, and that's just accustomed to less traffic. So, but now we're right back to it. So
Questions for the chief? Do none. Thank you, chief.
Yep.
Moving on to interim city administrator Banks and director Banks, and every name he has.
I don't have a lot to say. I would like to say thank you to the police, fire, and public works department for their efforts. And over the course of last weekend in the windstorm, we had a tree come down through our trail well roof and skylight. So there's some damage there that we'll be assessing and moving forward on. There are several trees that came across the Foothills Trail. I don't think there was a lot of stuff down in the right of ways throughout the city. Fire department, I'm sure, was busy responding to wind related calls, but kudos to all three of those departments on a job well done. In a typical storm like this, my phone is ringing off the hook. It only rang 3 or 4 times throughout this weekend. So that tells me that everybody was doing their jobs and doing it well. So thanks again to those departments. That's about all I have.
Thank you. Okay, we're gonna go move into our last or second public comment section. Is there anybody who is signed up or not signed up that would like to address the council? I see none. Is there anybody online, Madam Clerk? We have none. So we'll move down to council member comments and go to the order. Okay, with that, I will just say that
Councilmember Green.
Councilmember Green, please. I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
That's okay. Going back to C Street, have we done like any like studies or anything like that?
So-
C Street yet?
I probably
Whole list of
should have
things we do.
addressed that. The engineer is looking at all our side streets and
Okay.
what to do. Tentatively, I'm not making any promises here, but I don't think that speed bumps are the answer, but a lot of those mid-block, for example, C and Jefferson could be four-way stopped so that there's not such a long run between stop signs. So, but the engineer is working on some of these issues. So
The speed bumps are expensive.
speed bumps. Historically, we've never allowed speed bumps in the city of Buckley on, arterials and collector streets. Local access, I don't even know of any speed bumps on local access roads. Not saying that we can't do that someday, but they're not desirable. We definitely look at other traffic calming features or some sort of traffic control other than speed bumps first. Not saying that it can't happen. Obviously, if this group of people says, make it happen. But from a public works director standpoint, we need to look at other options first.
Perfect. And so, I am, serving as mayor pro tem tonight, so in my role as, council member, I would, this is directed towards, City Administrator Banks. With the explosion of e-bikes and e-motorcycles, I have no idea. I have two grown kids and I have a 17-year-old. Why a parent would buy their kid an electric bicycle when they need to be getting exercise, but they have. And what I've seen recently, started with the bridge closure. These kids are ripping through town on these e-bikes and these e-motorcycles. And I want to explore, I know the RCW speaks to different classes of e-bikes. I don't believe our BMC speaks to it. I would like the city attorney to look at what we can do. My biggest fear is an elderly person being hit on a sidewalk. If we can keep them off the sidewalk, that would be optimal. And again, this is obviously the city attorney can investigate the RCW and see what our BMC says, but that's my biggest fear. I am heartened to see that most of these kids have a nice helmet on. They're like a Fox helmet, but they have no clue what they're doing.
I'll look into it.
Thank you.
And just so I'm clear, only sidewalks or, I'm sure there's regulation around what's allowed on the streets as well.
Wondering what's allowed on the street because when the middle school gets out.
Maybe Chief knows more about this as far as e-bikes, e-motorbikes allowed
What's
on
allowed on the street.
the roads.
So there is different classes.
Yes.
When they're on the street, they need to follow the rules of the road, right? Helmets, they have to go with traffic, they have to obey all traffic control devices and everything else. They have to operate almost like a vehicle, but they're a bicycle, just like any bicyclist, whether it was an e-bike or just a regular pedal bike. They have to follow the rules of the road. So a lot of them don't. I've seen that, and I've seen it more in the last month and a half with adults. A lot of adults that are just ripping down the middle of the road, and yeah, they are going to cause they're going to get an accident. Someone's going to not see them. I saw a guy today. He was flying down Main Street. He was just he had a phone mount on his little e-bike, and he was going right down the road. I'm like, but yeah, it's definitely something where they need to obey the law.
Anything specific though with kid, okay. you can't operate a motor vehicle unless you have a driver's license, but we have like 12-year-olds that are ripping down the
Yeah.
middle of the road. I mean, and it's bad, like, and so. is
There's
there-
different E-classes, so there's several different types of e-bikes, and I haven't looked into the whole thing, but I'll reach out to Chief Floyd over Enumclaw, because they did. Because they had more than a few e-bike accidents with this whole bridge thing. So we've seen entirely a lot less of them now. I've seen, I don't know how many countless people have put them on Facebook now. They're getting rid of them. They're not using them anymore. So we're back to kind of the normal routine. But yeah, it is a danger when you get an e-bike on a sidewalk, especially on a busy sidewalk where they're trying to weave in and out of things. And when they're on the sidewalks, they're not paying attention. So I'd have to look at our ordinance again to decipher the rules of the sidewalks. I can't remember if they can have, if we even have a classification for an e-bike on a sidewalk. I don't believe we do. But could be definitely something we could look at and adjust our municipal code to what we allow on sidewalks versus what we don't. So if you guys decide as a council, hey, we don't want e-bikes on these sidewalks, they have to go, more like bicyclists and nothing on the sidewalks, we can definitely look into it. So.
That's what I'm asking for.
Yep.
And and I would like to add also e-scooters.
E-scooters.
I watched a young man at QFC in Enumclaw this past weekend, his personal play space, and nearly struck an elderly person.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah, it's something it's a novel thing. It's new. We just need to keep people safe.
Will do.
Perfect. Anybody else? I would entertain a motion at 6:24 PM on the 28th of October of the year of 2025, a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed.
Motion carries.
Enjoy your week.